In 1943, during World War II, before Allied troops could even plan to set foot in Sicily, they faced a deadly obstacle no one talks about. 3 small islands, Pantelleria, Lampedusa and Linosa, stood in the way. How the Allies captured the Pelagie Islands in 1943 did not just open the road to Sicily, it rewrote the rules of amphibious warfare forever. Operation Corkscrew was the codename for the planned Allied invasion of the island of Pantelleria. This is a crucial part of the build-up to the Allied invasion of Sicily. The Casablanca Conference in January 1943 consisted of the United States and Britain, who now planned a strategy beyond the end of the North Africa campaign. They now demanded unconditional surrender. The British Chiefs of Staff wanted to invade Sicily or Sardinia, hoping to spread German forces and knock Italy out of the war. The Americans wanted to focus their forces on attacking Germany, but did accept the Sicilian invasion would benefit shipping and improve Allied air cover across the Mediterranean. Stalin, leader of the Soviet Union, was pushing German forces back on his own, but was demanding a response from the West. General Eisenhower was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Allied Expeditionary Force and tasked with making this happen. The radar infrastructure and airfield on Pantelleria posed a threat to the planned Allied invasion of Sicily, known as Operation Husky. An Italian garrison of 12,000 troops were dug in pillboxes and protected by 21-gun batteries. The Allied plan attempted to force the island into surrender by means of aerial and naval bombardment alone, and they dropped 6,000 tons of bombs in May and June 1943, but this apparently did not work. This also was one of the first combat operations by the 99th Pursuit Squadron, later known as the 99th Fighter Squadron. If you've not heard of them, this was the first black American flying squadron. The Allied forces used B-17 Flying Fortresses, B-25 Mitchells, B-26 Marauders, British Wellingtons, and fighter bombers including the A-36 Invader, the P-51 variant. On the 8th of June, a Royal Navy task force of 5 cruisers, 8 destroyers and 3 torpedo boats carried out a bombardment of the main port on the island of Pantelleria. This included cruisers HMS Aurora, HMS Penelope, HMS Sirius and HMS Argonaut. The destroyers included HMS Paladin, HMS Petard, HMS Nubian and HMS Tartar. Unknown to the Allied forces, the earlier air bombardment had damaged or knocked out half of the Italian gun positions, and communications infrastructure was completely destroyed. General Dwight Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander in the Mediterranean, and Admiral Andrew Cunningham watched anxiously from the flagship HMS Aurora. The Allied landing did indeed begin on the 11th of June 1943, after 2 earlier demands to surrender were ignored. The British commandos landed unopposed. This was the 1st Battalion, the Duke of Wellington Regiment, part of the British 1st Infantry Division. The commander of the garrison of Pantelleria, Admiral Gino Pavesi, had already asked for permission to surrender and only received orders to do so as the landing was already in progress. On the 12th of June, British RAF pilot Sergeant Sidney Cohen made an emergency landing on the island of Lampedusa in a ferry Swordfish. Later that day, men of the 2nd Battalion Goldstream Guards and men of the Royal Navy destroyer HMS Lookout took control of Lampedusa and began taking prisoners. The island of Linosa surrendered to the British Royal Navy destroyer HMS Nubian on the 13th of June without the need for a bombardment. The Lampedusa operation in 1943 proved the theory that both overwhelming air and sea power and a prolonged bombardment could force a surrender without the heavy casualties of an amphibious assault. The capture of these three islands ensured the Allies had air supremacy over the central Mediterranean, a base for fighter protection. The approach to Sicily had been cleared and secured, and Operation Husky planning was finalised, ready for the Allied invasion of Sicily. Click here to get even closer to Italy and Sicily.